I've introduced you to my guardian angel this week, and now I want to introduce you to her husband. Dick is Mr. Guardian Angel. I also talk about him on my blog, and he has lived with a manic depressive spouse for 30 years. So I thought that he could share some of his wisdom with you.
The most important part about living with a depressed person is to understand that their wide range of emotions is much greater than who we call a normal person, and that the variability, the highs and the lows, are much higher. Ann and I have been married for 42 years now, and she was depressed. She was diagnosed bipolar about 30 years ago. What you're going to follow is a discussion between Eric and me, and we both have bipolar wives. We are of different generations, but I think that sharing the ideas of understanding and living with a bipolar person might be of interest to you. I would also say that living with a bipolar person is really wonderful.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to live with a whack job? Well,
I do.
Here's your opportunity to learn how.
So, Eric,
Yes.
how is it to live with a wife that's been diagnosed bipolar?
It's exhausting, Dick. It's physically, mentally, emotionally. It's a good thing she's so wonderful and sweet and funny, and she has a lot of wonderful qualities. I'm sorry. There you go.
She has a wide range of emotions, doesn't she?
She does.
I look at it kind of like an engineer. For example, when we might get a little annoyed, the traffic's a little low and it's hot, and maybe the air conditioner's not getting turned up, but it's a little annoyance to us. But suppose to someone else, they get a panic attack.
I get panic attacks all the time.
Well,
profoundly annoyed a lot of things.
Perhaps then you
What's the name of your vlog? I'm sorry.
Perhaps you have bipolar yourself.
I need to look into it seriously.
The good news is it's not catching. In our life, humor is a good thing. For example, if you were to come home and find on your pillow this.
My wife's got crab sticks.
No, you're being crabby today. You're being crabby. And this would be a very simple, humorous little thing, which would say, we think perhaps we should consider that Eric, you're being crabby today.
I have been very crabby today, and I will be the first to admit that I.
Humor works sometimes, but sometimes it isn't just humor. Sometimes it's just, oh no, I know what's going to happen next. We're going to have a meltdown. So I think that the key thing for us as husbands in this case, for someone who is diagnosed with bipolar, is to be able to anticipate their moods, to be able to read some of the signs which say, we're going to have anxiety. I can see it, and I know it might progress to a full meltdown. It could result in something that would make my wife dysfunctional. We have a rule in our house, and Ann's been bipolar for 30 years. We have a rule that if Ann does not get dressed for 3 days, she has to call her doctor.
I wouldn't tolerate 3 days of being out of commission, so I always try and get on the top of the situation, and you have to read the signals. Part of being a good spouse, of being a good spouse to a depressee, is tuning into the signals. It's knowing when the danger signs are coming, when she's getting out of alignment, and you have to read the tea leaves, so to speak. You really have to be aware and open to it. And thank goodness Therese is the best doctor the best psychiatrist, the best psychologist in the world, I think. She's great at doing that. But she does need help, and she needs a spouse that can see things and let her know when she's getting a little out of whack. And it's a two-person job, and if you don't have somebody behind you, you will get out of line. So it's teamwork, and life will go on. Life is wonderful, and life is full and fulfilling. But it's a very serious illness that you have to stay on top of and be very aware.
Amen.